We continue to see chaotic scenes of flooding after the walls of a dam burst in the Free State. 3 people have lost their lives, while dozens others were injured and displaced as numerous homes were washed away as water stormed through Jagersfontein. The president is expected to visit the area today, checking up on people and the situation on the ground. Let's take you live there with my colleague, our reporter, Manqoba Mchunu, following this story for us. Good afternoon, Manqoba. What is the latest as Jagersfontein, I understand, is preparing to receive or welcome President Ramaphosa sometime today?
Well, certainly, Prajan, and in fact, we have confirmed that the president will be here in possibly the next hour or so, just to see and assess the situation here as far as the damage is concerned. But I can tell you, Prajan, that we've seen total scenes of destruction and devastation here. We've seen houses that have been destroyed. We've seen cars that have been washed away. And of course, many of the animals, the livestock that have been buried in the sludge, some of it being rescued by SACP officials who have also have their hands full this afternoon to try and, lend a helping hand to community members. But I can tell you that it's, a hive of activity around here. There are also, disaster management teams that are around here to try and also assist those that are in distress. We know that over 200 people have been evacuated, and over 300 of them currently are displaced, and they are in community halls. But we're here in Tumelenga, which is one of the areas that was also affected. It's where the path of that mudslide and the floods had gone through this township, and this is where residents are queuing up, literally waiting here for some aid to come their way. Water infrastructure has been damaged. We understand that people cannot even access drinking water. They have been assisted with food. There was earlier on some trucks from Gift of the Givers as well as Red Cross that were on the ground just trying to assist these community members. And I'm just going to speak to them because I understand that there was a meeting that they held here just a short while ago just to try and pave a way forward as to what's going to happen. Of course, they insist that all of this could have been avoided only if they are pleased and only if the mine had listened to some of the concerns that they've been raising over the years. Let me speak to you, Baba. I understand that you have just concluded a meeting and that as a community you are now taking a stand.
Yes, as the community, we are now taking a stand. We are going to our police station. We are going to open a case against this mine, which falls under JDP. So at the current moment, we and the community, we decided that we are going to the police station, and we would like to have support from all the lawyers that help communities in issues like this, regarding issues like mine issues, when disasters have occurred. So what I'm trying to say is that everyone who can help can please come near to our rescue. And this issue of this mine could have been long prevented, but because our political leader, they are capitalists, so they don't listen to the community. This thing should have stopped a long time ago. What you have just seen here should have been prevented, but because they are getting something from this mine as political leaders, now the disaster has happened. So all political leaders who are benefiting from that mine should account, and that man that is called Johan and Johan Rupert, the owner of this mine, must also account for the deaths of those people and for the houses and everything that has been damaged. And people are very concerned about the issue of electricity. I think it's going to take a month probably, or two or so, facing the problem, this problem of electricity. You are not going to have any electricity, and small children are now not going to go to school because these kids cannot, this group cannot go to school, and other school kids must stay at home. So it simply means others will be deprived their right to education.
Let me ask you this. You say that you've been raising issues as far as this mine is concerned. What exactly have you, complained about? What were some of the issues that you have raised to this mine that are of concern to you?
Okay, maybe it's 9 months back, before the bust of the mine. We talked to our mayor, Tolani Tseletsele. He was newly elected, and we told him that this thing is going to bust. So if he steps into power, he must stop these people from operating on this mine. They are saying it's a landslide diamond. It's not a land. These people are digging our diamonds here, and we told them.
So they are mining here?
People, yes, these people, they are doing illegal mining here. Even DMR, it's not supposed to go there. They are prevented to go there. That's why this guy who talked in state capture, he already, Nkolisi Dukwane already announced that this thing that is happening here, it's illegal. But because the office of the president is taking everything simple, they are taking us as if we are mad here. Now, you see what have happened now. This thing we told Johnny, who's this boy? Kolani Tseletse, we told him you must stop this thing of the damn slum, but he kept on going with these members of ANC because they are getting brown envelopes there. And it's not only him. All political leaders who are benefiting, I'm saying it now live, they must pay. The community of Jagersfontein, they will make them pay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. Let me speak to you as well, Baba. You were saying that you as the community as well, you've been talking about this issue, and definitely are politicians that you think are involved in this.
I beg your pardon?
You were saying that you think that there are powers beyond this that are involved in this, and this is why we have seen this tragedy taking place here.
Yes, as I said before to you, when you were interviewing me, said eNCA also has a footage where Nkolisi Dukwane was saying it's an illegal project that was given to those people by that person who was there, the premier, who has stepped aside from the ANC, who's Ace Makashule. He's the one who gave power, according to Nkolisi Dukwane's document, he gave power to these people to mine our land. So that's the person I was telling you about, sir. Yes.
So as a community now, what will happen next? I mean, many of you have lost homes. What's going to happen now?
That's our question also, sir. We want to know what's going to happen now, because that boy, Johan, is not coming he's not coming to the community to tell the community what his plans are about this mess that he has done.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, but you've heard it from the community here that are really struggling at this particular point. As you've heard, electricity has been cut off in this area, water supply has been cut off, and they're saying that this all could have been avoided. Of course, they're saying that there are people that are behind this. The mine itself is behind this. Of course, we have tried to reach out to the mining consortium that had bought this particular mine from De Beers, who understand in 2010, just to get an answer from them as to what really is going to happen. But what we have seen, though, are statements from the mine that say that they are willing to cooperate with investigations. They are also, going to do their best in terms of trying to bring in experts, in terms of trying to bring inspectors that are going to assess really what would have led to this situation. But of course, at this particular point, we are still going to try and get those answers. But I want to show you this side, Praten. Of course, there are still many of those 8 organizations that are coming to these communities, bringing much needed aid here. And I see here one of those vehicles that has just arrived here, bringing some food packs for the community and bringing water because of that infrastructure that has been damaged. And I can tell you, Praten, that we've seen quite a number of communities here this morning not being able to access water. They're carrying water bottles, just waiting for water trucks to come. We haven't seen quite a lot of water trucks here for now, but I can tell you, Praten, that these community members, they want to see accountability. They want to see people being taken to task as far as what has happened here, because they insist that all the protests that they've been holding, they've been trying to ventilate some of these issues, and this has now happened, and so they are saying that they're not going to let it slide. And in fact, as we heard from the Praten, saying that they're even willing to take it as far as going to the police to open a case, because they want those behind this to be held accountable.
Thank you very much, Manqoba Mchunu. You said the president is expected this afternoon. Do you have an idea, very briefly, of the time?
Well, but then we were told earlier on by officials here that the president might be arriving here just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Of course, he's going to be going to the various areas, including this particular area where we are, where community members have also been affected, as well as Charlesville, which is where we saw that huge amount of destruction, the homes that were destroyed. But we also told that he might also be visiting another community not far from here, where some of those affected community members have been placed at this particular point, as you understand that many of them have been displaced.
Thank you very much, Manqoba Mchunu, there on the ground in Jagersfontein, where the president is expected to visit after 3 o'clock this afternoon. If and when that does happen, we will bring that live, that visit by the president live to you later on. Now,